clearing up like our tech debt, all of that type of stuff. And now we're starting to think of like there's actually some community initiatives that I've been thinking about, like trying to get just the Iris community more involved, people beyond just other ecosystem projects that are uploading data to Iris. So I don't want to unveil anything more than there will be stuff coming. I think realistically we're like 2 to 3 months away from unveiling that, because we just want to get it right, and rather than rush it, just do it right and do it slowly if we need to. So yeah, nothing crazy to share today, but that's what we have going on.
Guys, you're back on the video. I'm about to head out for lunch, so if you need me to add you now, now's the time. Unless someone else is ready to screw the tech.
Rod, do you have any other question?
Jimmy, Jimmy, I think you're
Can you
still
hear Jimmy?
overlapping with that. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
Anna
can
can
hear
hear
Jimmy. I
Jimmy.
don't know if Anna.
Yeah,
Jump on the
I can hear
video.
Jimmy.
bit.ly/let's grow video. I gotta head out. So unless someone else can add you on stream, I won't be able to for like an hour.
I love when this happens. So, Jimmy, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you. Everyone's good. Okay,
Cool.
bye.
I think you're still blanking out. You need to try. Anna.
Yep.
Yeah.
All good. Please do a name.
Okay, Rod. Another question?
Yeah, Shamba had
Rod? Are you there?
Sorry, I'm in a chilling mood, but I have to say to Pranit that one way to grow Arviv and Iris ecosystem is to donate
events like plastic cleanups, any tree plant. And yeah, that will be maybe a little small drop. I hope we can deliver open beta for public test soon. I'm not sure when or not, later for sure. And that will be small impact from our side on that. And we'll see what we're going to be able to do next further with our resources and support. Yeah, that's important part. Excited on that as well. So waiting for you on Pangan and Stephen and everyone who is willing to come. Remember that we're here and we always serve as a welcome hub for community. Regen community, Gitcoin. We have Gitcoin Pangan here. Small but active community of founders and who is meet in real life as well. So welcome, and also invite you and calling you for support to support and donate for Casinter 6 on climate round. That's important for us. I am into to work on finance to get funding for next half year of work, so that we can able to deliver air quality eye assistant and a lot of more things for public good, for public health. Yeah, thank you everyone. Just small show from my side, and back to you, Jimmy or Stephen, Anna. Or I can keep going actually if no one wants to talk. We're just gonna have 1 more hour. Next one, it's our slot we co-host, and after that we also have 1 more slot with Monty, by the way, from Refi DAO, and I want to shield that space because I'll be honest, I missed a lot because it's 11 p.m. already, and I really have no power. But today I have power, and I want to be on space with Monty and talk on some interesting things about ReFi DAO and ReFi in general, and especially about some financing sources for ReFi, I mean, activists, not only ReFi nodes, but in general, and what ReFi DAO can deliver for Regen community from infrastructure part, right? From this part, it's really interesting. Yeah, Rod, I know that you prepared for power. Jump on stage.
Actually, no. Today I'm not preparing my full power. I'm saving energy. I'm not sure. Today there should be a Gitcoin event at 1 a.m.
Oh my God, I don't know what should I do. I mean, 2 cups of coffee, or maybe something more like stronger, maybe something. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I think I'll have to attend because it will be with GCC to shout out. But I'm not sure. In any case, I'm saving energy actually for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow.
So what
Let
will
me
you?
explain what I
What will be
mean.
there?
Let
Yeah.
me explain. So, first of all, and the most important is that this space is growing and growing really fast. This Friday at 1600 UTC, there'll be a spaces with Sophia Verse and DSpace QF, and I would Sophia Verse is the project related to robot Sophia. Maybe you've heard of that. It would be cool if you could help to support with the retweets and attend the event to show some support to DSpace and to show Sophia Verse all the possibilities and capabilities and the impact that they can make with the Gitcoin. They think that they are interested in sponsoring a DSpace round, and that's why I'm asking for help with the promotion. I have also tomorrow again at 1600 UTC, there will be a spaces about DeSci. So everyone interested in DeSci, please attend that spaces as well. You asked what I want to say, Paul, and that's what I wanted to say, frankly speaking. Back to you.
Okay, that's nice. So everyone is gonna jump on that amazing the space Kiev space with Sophia. And yeah, I heard that they did a lot of work and doing a lot of work as well. So I think that will be excited. Everyone is welcome on that. Yeah, that's excited. I also that's interesting topic how to handle all that because Gitcoin is aiming for I don't know, is it what time is it better in US or in Europe? But anyway, we're just in Asia. It's hard to jump on that 1 a.m. By our time. I don't know. Maybe so for some people, for sure. I just like really. I just woke up at 6 or 7, usually at 6 a.m. And I can still touch some morning talks. By the way, that's pretty nice on Spaces sometimes. Yeah, and I know that some techniques and methodics, some gurus, for example, Roth also have some nap, and not only the Roth is, as you know, like Stephen knows for sure. This the Chinese they not drinking coffee all the time. You know, I want sleep. I drink coffee, 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 coffee. No, they just go and sleep. They eat at after 12, right, at the noon, and go sleep 1 hour. Okay, they sleep just like at their working places, near computers, anywhere on the floors, anywhere. They have like special mats, they have pillow, they have everything, and no one like no boss, no one tell them like you cannot do this because they can do this. If they cannot, this that's their right. So they do this and they're not drinking coffee and they work in machines actually because I think the Chinese they have this skill just like to work and just to execute, just like to do and do things. And I sometimes remember that and I'm thinking, wow, why I'm always drinking coffee? I mean, I'm not really drinking coffee a lot, but if I feel this, I'm sleepy or I have no energy, I have no power in my brain to create something, to talk on space or whatever, I think, okay, maybe coffee will be nice. But yeah, maybe a daytime nap actually could be key because at least 2 billion of people on the planet do this every day. Yeah, that's
Well,
like that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think sleep is, better for you than relying on coffee. Um, like sometimes I'll go to do some work and my brain's not working, so I just have a nap and then I'll wake up later and do work, you know. So, um, listen to your body, and if you feel tired and you can't focus, maybe close your eyes for a while, right? Like it's your body telling you it's time to rest. So, you know, coffee's a drug at the end of the day, and all you're doing is you're stopping melatonin production in your brain, but it's not actually giving you energy. So you can be wired and tired, and then you get like major burnout. But I found recently having tea is a better substitute for coffee. It helps with blood flow to the brain. Um, and that's the other thing you have to be aware of with coffee is the caffeine when it goes to your brain. Caffeine is like restricts blood flow, and theanine or theanine, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the chemical is in tea, and it kind of reduces the blood flow issue. Um, so energy focus comes from blood flow. So, not saying never drink coffee, but maybe try substituting coffee for tea a little bit, and you might feel a bit more energy. You might feel more clear-headed when you're trying to do stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Rod.
I totally agree about daily nap. And actually, today, a couple of hours ago, we were sharing our strategy. And actually, with Paul, we had a discussion in the morning about the daily nap. And I'm a huge fan of daily naps. And actually, it helped me to become one of the top students in the university when I realized that, after the university, when I came home before doing homework, if I slept for an hour or two, I became much more productive. However, I hugely disagree about coffee. Coffee is one of the best drinks in the world, and coffee and caffeine been fueling me for a long period of time, at least 12, actually at least 12, 207. And there is no addiction, don't get me wrong. I'm just drinking a lot of coffee, and I'm suggesting everyone to drink a lot of coffee and don't listen to those people, to those boring people who say that coffee is bad for your health. For sure, it's bad for your health, but it's also good for your health as well. It's kind of yin yang.
Everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta know your limits.
Except coffee. Coffee, you
Except
know,
coffee.
coffee should be official drink of everyone who delivers. So maybe, yeah. Anyway, anyway, back to you. Back to you. Just joking.
It's a good thing. I mean, one thing we can talk about maybe is how do you is there any things you do for preventing burnout or practices that you do to have more energy like outside of caffeine? Like for me, I know you guys were mentioning doing a space tonight at like 1 a.m. And I can understand why for Gitcoin rounds. Actually, there was a Gitcoin round where I was doing a lot of like midnight stuff, and I kind of burnt out. And after that, even like work calls, if it's at midnight, I was like, no, like I need to like switch off after like 10 p.m. So, and I think that's like knowing your boundaries, right? But I understand like during a grant round, maybe you kind of push your boundaries a bit. But yeah, what do you have any tricks to keep energy or keep going for as long, long as you can, um, keep consistent and not burn out? Like, is there anything that you focus on that you found has helped?
I will share just quick, and we'll jump on my bike to ride. Like to walk sometimes. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and just maybe first time do, I just go and walk. And I walk, I don't know, 10 minutes. I have small like gradient up and down. I don't know. Yeah, I feel it helps maybe to blood to um, go better, to bring some energy. And sometimes I do it during the day as well. Rod.
One of the reasons why I still didn't fix my bike that nowadays I have to go to 7-Eleven in the morning, and I really love that. With bike, I'm too lazy. My bike has been broken since the beginning of Gitcoin, and I do not worry about it much because I have everything that is needed close to me, and I can go just for a walk and save some time for shilling. So that's kind of a trade-off. However, getting back to energy and burnout, first of all, you have to uh, clearly understand and distinct, burnout and when you're just tired and need to have some rest. Maybe that's how I perceived it, but I perceive burnout when you actually it's kind of a stress that you had for a long time, and after a while, you cannot do anything for a long period of time, and you have no energy. While with the tired, you just, you've used all the energy that you have, and it just take time to refill the energy. While when you burn out, the amount of available energy to you on average has decreased for a significant amount of time. So that's two significantly different cases. And to prevent burnout, first of all, you do not you have to do what you like. In my case, I feel tired. I feel tired a lot. Sometimes I can lay in bed for several days in a row. But that's totally okay. I mean, that's imagine that you're going to a gym and you train your muscles. Obviously, you have to do that. You need to have a break for your muscles to grow. So if you are doing from my perspective, if you are doing the things that you think you are that are right, if you are doing what you like, and in that you cannot burn out. Frankly speaking, I've been working most of my life for like 24, not 24, but 12 hours a day, seven days a week, but I do not feel burnout. Instead, I feel more and more energy available, and I feel that I can chill more and more and do more things. So my main point is that if you burn out, then you have to significantly change your life. There is definitely something wrong, and it's not like, I mean, it will harm you a lot, and it will be stressful. So from my perspective, there should be kind of a deep issue that you should focus, and most probably that's your perception of life, but that's a totally different story. But yeah, that's my idea.
No, I love it. I love it. Focusing on what gives you energy, right? And that's actually something that took me a while to figure out what things give me energy, what things don't. And one of the things is having these spaces, right? So, although the last couple of weeks has stopped, but we'll be restarting again, I started doing regular spaces with Coral Tribe NFT on a Friday. And I'm going to be building up more things like that because that is something that gives me energy, right? Um, Also, writing about interesting projects and helping people who are building interesting things. I feel like that gives me energy, and it's really interesting to talk with people. Um, but then there's other tasks where I'm just like, dude, I don't want to do this, you know? So learning to delegate as well, and finding people who are organized in that way, and much better with certain tasks that I would take much longer or just, feel very low on energy. Um, so yeah, I like that. Like harnessing, understanding your energy and focusing on what gives you energy, and then you burn out less, right? You're less likely to burn out and more able to handle it, push yourself, and yeah, you got your hand up.
Yeah, and also another thing is that actually. It's often also about your perception, and depending on your perception, you can either lose or gain energy uh, in the same situation. Um, I believe that a lot of people know that a couple of days ago with the poll, we had to make a border run to Malaysia. The thing is that to make this space as successful as possible, I had to become a criminal in a sense that I overstayed for 8 days. I had to pay a small fine, and this time I've made the decision. I mean, I just uh, decided to a week. I had to go border run a week before Gitcoin, but it would be a huge waste of time. I mean, the value of time, like those 2 days that will be missing at the time, they were much bigger than the fine that I've paid. And, the 2 days after the beginning of Gitcoin. And in my case, the situation, I mean, most of people would be stressed and they will feel uncomfortable. But in my case, instead of losing energy on, on such kind of uh, strange interaction with the world and governance, I actually gained the energy. And, a lot of people try to understand my decision and try to explain why they didn't understand, and I feel fun. It was really fun, but for a lot of people, it looked like I did something crazy. And it was obvious that for most of those people, being in such a situation would cause a lot of pain, a lot of issues, and lead to burnout. While in my case, I actually gained much more energy than it cost me. So I'm not sure what the main outcome, but definitely, yeah, I think it's all about your perception, and it's all about, a higher level, acting at a higher level. So sometimes when you feel that uh, things are wrong, you just have to relax and wait for a while, and don't waste your energy on that. it's kind of hard to explain. You just have to understand what it means to overstay and being in the van with everyone going to border run, and people thinking that you are kind of a crazy, like a person who consciously decided to overstay, or like a poor guy who has no money to make an overstay. So it's kind of crazy, but for me it was fun. It's a great experience. I'm happy that I made such a decision, and it gave me energy. My main point is that that attitude gave me much more energy than I spent there.
Probably not a good idea to do that all the time, like overstay every time.
It was just the second time in a row, and now I have the 90 days, so I think everything will be fine. And in any case, we'll see. We will see. But don't be boring. I mean, man, I just was talking about the attitude, and you just now sound really boring. It was fun. And there was a chance if that I'll go to immigration prison, and it'll cost around $3,000 to get out of the prison. But the thing that, without jokes, scared me, that at some point in time I realized that maybe it won't be so bad, because in that case, definitely I'll raise tons of donations in a couple of days. I mean, if someone would say here on Spaces, "Hey guys, Rod needs donations because he is in immigration prison," I think, but that's a crazy thought, but that getting back to energy, for most of people going to immigration prison would be kind of a huge deal, and they will burn out and lose a lot of energy, while in my case with a different attitude, and that's actually applicable to all Gitcoiners. I mean, guys, you have to understand that if you'll go to immigration prison, you will get a lot of donations very fast, and that's another great thing.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, well, definitely.
That's cool though. I like this whole talk about energy and following that. And I think also, like, for me, one thing is, when I switch off, I switch off. So I try and have 1 or 2 days a week where I don't touch Twitter. I don't, do anything work wise, because I find if I have 1 or 2 days where I can just completely be like, I don't need to think about work. I don't need to think about any of this. Then when I come back, I feel more energized and ready to go. Whereas if I'm always doing something every day, even if it's like a little bit, it feels much more burdening and taxing on my mind. So, I think it's about finding your own rhythm as well. And some people need a day or two break. Some people want to do like splits in their weeks. And some people can do it every day, right? I think it's about understanding what works for you.
In my case, I decided not to pay for phone on the border run, to not have access to the internet, because if I have access to the internet, I'll have it. So sometimes I have to consciously cut myself from certain things, just to make. But definitely, sometimes you just have to cut off and take as much time as needed. When you need it, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate, being um
Could I
free
mention in that
man.
case that I was a hotspot, Rod?
Yeah, but that was part of the plan. That's why. But yeah, thank you so much, Paul. Paul really helped a lot, and he was worried for me much more than I was worried about myself. And that was the thing that I didn't realize, that Paul would be worried. So I'm really sorry, Paul, that you had to experience everything that happened. But it was really fun. I mean, also, it's a
Was it
nice lesson.
fun, Paul? Was it actually fun? Or is Rod just talking crap?
Let's say that because Rod has the skill and that he shared before, for his perception of situation different for sure. Of course, that was nothing crucial or crazy.
Just I like to prefer more comfortable way, as Rod also mentioned from his speech. I try to prepare in advance some things that will help to make things smooth. But this is just from my mind. I want to say that it's not like super proper strategy or something. Just my mind try to like to preserve risks and make life smooth as possible.
Yeah,
that's
but also it's a great, but there is a great lesson. I realized, I mean, the behavior of the driver was really strange. I mean, I
he
realized
was
on the
he just was drunk Thai guy who's kind of boss there, and like I don't know, it
he's
just
not
works weird.
boss. The
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
is that
in that situation, he was weird.
yes, but the thing that his behavior was really we had a kind of an accident at the hotel because I also had no money to pay for the hotels. I mean, I had enough. I was waiting for donations for as long
We
as
have
possible.
money was there, but there was in crypto and Subteam
Yes,
and like
yes,
30
yes,
minutes
yes.
to
I mean,
Binance and
yeah, I mean, I had no physical money, so the plan was that we will come to the hotel and um, in half an hour I'll pay. But there was, a drunk driver that acted really strange, and he asked me. I told him like, okay, I need 30 minutes. He said, "What? I need faster. I need faster." I told him, okay, okay, we'll be ready in 10 minutes. I realized that in 10 minutes it won't be ready, but I just need some time. And it was really fun, but yeah, the main outcome is that it was just a driver. I mean, no owner of the hotel would allow them to do that. So if I mean, for me, it's a great lesson for the future. So I didn't realize who was this guy, and that's why next time the first thing that I'll try to figure out who is the guy with whom I talking, and I'll try to get in touch with the founder or someone high level, because no person who respects themselves would allow such a behavior in their hotel. So definitely, if you say to the guy "fuck you" and sorry for that, but yeah, we could just say to the guy that he is totally wrong. But that's again, that's a great way to learn about the world, and from my perspective, it was fun. And personally, I've got more energy from that, more experience, and much better understanding of the world above me. But definitely, but it was fun. I mean, we'll remember that for a long time. It was really a fun trip. We had a lot of adventures on the way, but after all, everything was good, and it was nothing too crazy. Just just a borderline. I'd say even it was too. I mean, next time. Well, anyway, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't do like that next time. But anyway, it was really fun from my perspective.
okay, yeah. Anyway, the let's say that the output of all this story is just like, don't worry, doing whatever you can do at the moment and the day, and how I say, like there will be day, there will be bread, right, from Bible or something like that. So this approach kind of don't think about future and not worries about future, doing what is you're able to do at the moment. As I understand all your message.
It's hard to explain. Maybe actually everything that happened. I mean, it was under. I mean, there was a plan. Definitely, I'm not happy that I have to make plans like that. So, it's not like I wanted to be in the hotel without some money in cash. And it's not like I wanted to have an overstay, but the situation was what I mean, it's just the perception of the situation. In my case, I've achieved, I mean, because of the Gitcoin, because of the GSpace QF, I mean, I was focused on GSpace QF, on, on promoting the round, because once it succeeds, it will pay for all the issues on the way. and that's helped me to gain energy from kind of I don't know the right term in English, kind of not so interesting situation, a kind of a nervous and stressful situation.
Cool. That's excited. And I pass the joint to you, brother. And let's talk. And I just want to ask, maybe someone in the audience has this experience to live in the country, not your citizen country, right? And then you need to kind of fulfill some requirements. Maybe you have a long-term visa or maybe a short-term visa. That's interesting because, I don't know about you, but I left Russia maybe more than 8 years ago. And I live in Thailand, in China, in the United States a little bit, and travel to Indonesia, stay there, and now more than 3 years in Thailand, on the islands here. So I have different experience, and that's interesting because maybe if you live in United States or in Europe or whatever, you think, okay, that's think it's easy. You not live in other countries and you live in your motherland, and maybe you not feel such not problems, but such kind of life requirements at other countries. So I know that and you have some experience. Maybe you can share, or any other. You can jump on stage request to speak, and we will add you. Yeah.
Talking about visa issues, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
any
just
maybe not issues, just like this, conditions that because it's different life when you live
Yeah.
in a country and you
I
not feel this. When you start to live in
yeah,
another country, you start to feel this in your life that appears new thing, kind of new thing
exactly.
that you need to kind of like go to supermarket or, but one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, my experience in China was, I feel like the visa system in China and Thailand is almost opposite way around. So in Thailand, no matter what you do, you go to Thailand on like a tourist visa, and then get transferred into whatever you're doing. Um, but then for China, like it's like you have to have a work visa before you land in the country. You can't transfer into a work visa in the country. Um, Unless you have like residency of some sort, which is really difficult to get. So it's like completely different experience, and then also like in China, it's like based on your location of work or location of study. And so if you're in a different building to what is on the visa, you're technically breaking the law. And that gets a bit confusing when like you're working with a school that has, 3 schools in one city, and you're actually working at all 3 and you should only be working at one. you know but these things are very common that happen in China, so it's one of
I
the
know, bro. I know.
yeah, it's one of those like, here's the rule, but not really, but yes, like, so
And
yeah.
you also kind of had to do re-enter on the work permit, right?
No, you can stay work part stuff, you don't have to re-enter, but you don't have to
Okay.
renew it. And then when you go to like a different city, the systems are actually quite decentralized. So one province's system is different to another province's system. So then you have to bring everything from the other province so they can put you in the local system. And it's surprising to me because you'd think it'd be all on one massive global, national database, but it's not. You're still there?
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So I remember to stay on business visa in China, and I have to do this winter one once 3 months, something like that. But it was easy one, just with
Yeah,
Hong Kong.
yeah. This is kind of a loophole. It's questionable, that one. I think they cracked down on that kind of thing as well, the business visa stuff.
Yeah,
A lot
it
of people.
was a couple years ago, I think that.
Mm.
You're right.
It's very common, but they were cracking down on it as well. So there's a lot more being cracked down on lately. it's much harder to get a visa to China these days. Whereas places like Thailand want to open up more. I heard my granddad was telling me that a lot of places will there's talks in Thailand about getting 90-day visas on arrival. So that'd be interesting. So yeah, Thailand wants to open up more. So
But
great.
as I remember, if you United States citizen or Canada citizen, you can get like 10 years with a tourist visa, like easily without problem. But it was before like that.
Are you talking about Thailand or China?
No, it's still probably about China, and for Thailand, it's
Right.
a different story right now. But as I know, they also soften the rules and regulations, like to attract more tourists here, because not enough. They also, I heard, have plans to bring some Chinese policemen in Pattaya to kind of bring more insurance for Chinese people, Chinese tourists. I don't know about that, particularly how they will implement this, because there is some like Thai people misunderstanding of these measures, but they kind of saying about Italian experience. So they're trying a lot on the tourist sphere to change, to improve.
Yeah, and also visas matter based on your nationality, right? So one of the reasons why Giveth had a group come to Istanbul is because we have Iranian developers, and it's really difficult for them to get Western visas. And one of the Iranians has like a US visa, had like an EU visa, and still got denied to France. So it's just
Yeah,
he
Stephen, there's huge discrimination by passport, and
yeah
we're not choosing the place when we burned, and and that's totally unfair. And I want to say from Russian people, I mean, I'm talking about Russian people like me, not those who would arms in the war right now. And we suffer and it was way long before the war started. They started to block financings because you're Russian, because you're suspicious. They not give you. I tried to get a New Zealand visa from Shenzhen, China, 3 times. They rejected. I don't know. They thought maybe I will go with my camp and build like permanent base there, Russian base or something. But yes, and not, I mean, I took it for my case because I'm Russian. I have Russian passport and only Russian passport, and I have a lot of restrictions. I mean, you not see them, but when you touch this or try that, yeah, that's kind of awful thing because we really are not choosing this.
yeah
And I advocating for like Web3 global, I don't know, human civilization citizenship and passport that will be on chain with this proof of impact by X post and all that by
Monday.
Bitcoin community, but real people, they can say, yeah, that's Paul, we know him, he's doing that, he's talking like that, he looks like that, and
Yeah,
that's what's going on. They check their
validate.
passport and just see like Russian or like Iranian, and that's so that but guy. And I want to say, if you have not experienced in this life yet, real bad people, they can easily bypass this fucking bullshit. The real bad people, they can do whatever they want to do. Believe me, they have 5 or 10 passports. They can use channels for money. They don't need this official channel. Only we, just regular people, go and use this tool that other people use, and we meet these restrictions. Yeah, that's weird for me. I know I'm complaining a little bit, and it's not proper place to complain about that. But it is what it is right now, and yeah, I hope I bring a part of my dream on that part. I hope it will change. Not now, maybe in 50 or 100 years in the future, but 200 years, I don't know.
Hopefully in our lifetime, eh? That would be awesome.
That will be awesome. That will be awesome.
At least like some sort of network state appear, and then you can get a passport and like you say, be more of like a global citizen that, governments like, oh, you did all these good things. That's great. Kingfisher, how's it going?
Okay, we're waiting for Kingfisher. He might be a jump a bit later. Because he is
Thumbs up.
just the next hour.
All right. Yeah. Who is on for the next hour? Who's
I
co-host?
think we are with Kingfisher.
Kingfisher. Okay. Maybe I can. Can I do this?
I will try maybe to do video translation in like in a couple of minutes from my side to bring some picture on stream.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna jump off. It's been a quieter space today. So
we need some co-hosts before you jump, right? I'm maybe behind.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't think I can.
Audio check. Audio check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear you.
All right. So yeah, the co-hosts for the next hour are gonna be myself and Ecosynthesis. But I think we've been having some issues with this session of the space. So I think it makes sense that we go ahead and start up a new session at the top of the hour when we transition co-hosts. What does everybody think about that?
A new
Jimmy
space?
says no.
A new space?
Jimmy says no.
Why would we do a new space?
Well, if we're having trouble getting people on stage and if we're having problems promoting people to co-host, wouldn't it make sense to create a new session?
Oh, okay. If it's just a co-host thing, it's not a big deal. But if we can't get people on stage, then yeah, maybe we want to restart. We can't get them up, huh? Okay, give us a thumbs up if you're trying to get up here.
Plus, we have spam in the
Jimmy,
garden
plus I think I'd also like to add the space was quite buggy for me. I was only able to hear Rod's voice till you were speaking. The others were not coming through, but now I can hear you and Kingfisher here. I still can't hear Steve or Paul behind Ecosynthesis. So it could be just me, my phone, or I don't know if it's something to do with the space, but maybe once we do this transition and if it's still that buggy, then we will have to. Like I've been riding this one blind, to be honest, or deaf rather.
Well, the other consideration too is our garden has a bunch of weeds in there that we don't necessarily want to promote. So
true. All right, we got weeds in the garden. But the main thing is if people can't get up and they want to speak, that's an issue. So give us a thumbs up if you cannot speak. If you want to come up, I'm seeing a lot of love, but give me a thumbs up specifically if you're trying to come up here, but it's not letting us approve you. Do you guys see requests?
No.
You see a request?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, if it's not okay, so other things we have workarounds for. I mean,
I see Mesarif
But
wants
is
maybe
a
to jump.
co-host meant to be able to invite people to co-host?
No, they can't do that. Only the main host.
Okay. All right, okay, guys. I'm gonna head off and let you guys figure this one out.
All right. Touch T.
Yeah.
Saw I did a Touch T today. We're switching up from Touch Tree to Touch T. Yeah, I saw that on the pavement. I was like, oh, I gotta snap a photo of this. But yeah, all good. Whatever you guys decide. If you want to rotate. Oh, here we go. See, look, Messo's up here. I think we're good. Utkarsh, if you can hear me but can't hear others.
Guys, I'm going. Have a good one.
Right, peace out.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jimmy. I think I can hear Kingfisher also.
Then can you just jump on from your computer or something, or you're out and about?
No, I'm at the airport, man, and I'm going to now transition. The guru is going to be stewarding mine. I stewarded his in the day, so he's going to be jumping in to steward in like 5-10 minutes.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Nice. Okay, well let's hope that works, guys. Remember, we're 24/7. If the space gets rugged, we will start it up immediately from Let's Grow Live. Oh, you want me to be co-host? Okay. I'm not actually co-hosting.
Yeah, just some housekeeping. I haven't been able to add anyone else other than Raw.
All right. Let's grow. Welcome, Meso. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Jimmy? GM to everyone. Right now it's around 9 a.m. So yeah, how is it going? How's everyone? A few hours ago,
growing well.
We just talked a lot about the situation of the Mesoamerican reef. So there are many good initiatives that are thriving in the ecosystem. So yeah, we're looking and see how we can help and how we can support each other. So yeah, I really love this community. And how is it going? How was your birthday, Jimmy?
Oh man, it was amazing. The fact that I got to hang out with my favorite people, aka you guys, a lot of you guys here on Spaces throughout the day, plus some amazing people IRL. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. So much love, and I'm so grateful for all of the love. Y'all are amazing. Love you all.
You are on the third floor right now, isn't it?
What's right now?
Yeah, awesome, man.
I didn't catch that. Sorry, you said what's right now?
Sorry?
You said something right now. I didn't catch that. What did you say before
Yeah,
that?
you are now on the third floor. You know,
Oh, the
you're around
third
30.
floor. Yes, absolutely. We on the third floor, baby. Let's grow. I'm liking the view from here so far.
Yay!
So ecosynthesis, Kingfisher, take it away, guys. You're hosting. I know I got the slot just for preventing a rug, but it is you guys running the show. I'm gonna be left out.
I think Kingfisher's having some trouble. Been trying to add him as a speaker,
Yeah,
but it's not been going through. Ecosynthesis.
yeah, I can talk if we need some time for sure, just to adjust and thank Jimmy to keep in the connection. That's important for all of us here to just keep going with that. I still not able right now to
Sorry, I don't know
start
if you're
my
saying
live
something.
stream.
I still can't hear you. I think it's yeah.
Yeah, can hear me? Anyone can hear me or?
Yep. We got you.
Okay,
Maybe not
looks like
with Karsh, but
maybe it's right now it's okay. Maybe for some bug here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not able to invite you as a speaker, but just try to bring maybe some thumbs up to just to understand that people want to speak and to show maybe your project. So from my side, I really want to talk on some environmental issues, but I think it's a word already from air quality, and I'm not sure really. I understand one thing. If you not, if you have no knowledge on that, and if let's say the air around you is okay, maybe you haven't put your own attention on that whole life. But once you get in the city or area with the better quality, then you will start realize that that's important and that's not easily to avoid, and it's everywhere, and that air actually that's super important. That influences us hugely, and yeah, we need to take this responsibility to keep it safe, clear, and healthy. Mm, that's important, of course. And yeah, from my side, I know that's right now that's important, and let's say the main attention from people's mind on CO2 and other greenhouses gases that increase temperature and like influence processes on the planet. But from my experience, I really see this huge importance from PM 2.5 and this small particles. That's huge problem for megapolises. Like each megapolis has this kind of pollution source from cars, from buildings. It's there. So Asian countries and regions, because of some industrialization or because of some farmer practice, traditional practice, we can see this more. We can see this intense, and of course, it's a bit different compound, right? But anyway, in the modern time, it's not only organic debris that kind of was okay to burn before, but still, if you burn organic debris, it's still could be heavy metals, it's small particles as well. So it's not healthy at all to do. And here, by the way, there is and Kopangan, NGO, Eco Thailand Foundation. They are one of our from three. One of our partner on impact and sea collection that we developing right now. So also please support us, support development. So basically, they execute here compost program. They provide for free these cages, and you can build let's say small cylinder with this cage and just put layer by layer. You can collect it organic debris, leaves, branches, any or like food waste as well. So and after some time you can use it, or you can just like give it to other farmers, for example. Yeah, I sometimes you can see that okay, maybe it's not huge, but it's already a big step. Step by step, because it's changes some behavior from people. They see different approaches. They get new information how to behave. They understand. They first of all they started to put their attention and learn something from that sphere, from that side that they not put their attention before, and that's huge, of course. And with step by step implementations, for sure this will be here. And there is one maybe we can say that it's good to hear that, but changes will be here for sure. I mean, humanity will be forced to implement changes. The things that when, with what consequences, on which step, on which stages, with what resources to implement these changes. That's the main question. Because for sure, when someday come and that will be total fucked up and toxic everywhere, that yeah, for sure everyone start like to do something. But at the other moment, I also take a look on how it's hard to change if it's still obvious. For example, the North India and India part with turnings, and as you can see, there's a huge pollution. And maybe next time, maybe today, I will connect and share. There is Null School website, and they have some satellite images with data on PM 2.5 pollution, and you can see the huge pollution in North India. And yeah, still everyone knows that and understand that, and people still like live the same, and looks like I don't know, looks like there is not no simple solution for that, or at least bad central coordination that people cannot coordinate to bring these changes, to implement their own livelihood, to implement the environment situation, to implement their health in the end, right? To decrease the healthcare spendings and all of that. And yeah, we see this, and that's a little bit weird actually. So looks like that we're not really know how to manage our life as humanity on the planet, and with all our kind of smart things and what we have right now. So looks like that we need to do more, and we need to learn more and practice more. And yeah, I hope that won't be any like meteor or any like crazy aliens that will, or like atomic nuclear war, or like I don't know, any crazy event that will kind of consolidate our humanity around one common goal. I don't want this. I want this consolidation from goal of to be better, to goal of to be more aware, to goal of being more consciousness, and yeah, that's important. That's my speech. Sorry, maybe a bit too long, and necessary for anyone. Kingfisher, if you're ready, you can jump. And I also invite others, our audience here, if you're willing to jump, just raise your hand up and let us know that you want to speak or show your project. Yeah, for me that's
I've
interesting.
got a
I tried. Yeah, keep going, continue.
I've got a question for you. On a global scale, right? What is the current state of our overall air quality? Have you done that research yet?
You can see, yes, you can find different. There is an economic organization air quality. They do different air quality report for different regions, and there is also United Nations working group on climate changes, and already it's like more than 30 years. The story is long, like since 70s last year century, and yes, you can find, and that the best way, or like the simplest way, if you want to do it as like curious user of internet, right? You can go to this null.school and see our globe. There is just real globe, and you can rotate it, and it's real-time data with lag, of course, and you can change different parameters like wind, temperature, different compounds, CO2, PM 2.5, and you can see the heat map, let's say heat map on the globe with the pollution source. I mean, for air quality particularly. And now there is Google announced air quality API. When I haven't started work with that, just in learning process, but they kind of integrate data. Basically, they integrate satellite data, they integrate on ground detectors data, they integrate other open source data or open data, and they provide this indicator. Let's say that it's more precise.
Hey, may I jump?
So if I answer,
May I jump in? I'm going to massage and I have just a few minutes, so sorry for the interruption. While you've been talking, I realized that we actually have to collab as in maybe around half a year. There'll be all the necessary features for visualizing this type of data in Lunka. And Lunka would have tons of different providers. All the data is important not only for the climate, but also for space exploration. I mean, based on the data, based on the quality and on current state of air, you have to adjust your parameters. So that's dealing with such data is kind of a part of Lunka, and it would be cool to collab on the integration. It's kind of fun that we meet each other a lot of time, but the idea came just right now on the spaces. So that's why I love Twitter Spaces.
cool to hear that. Cool to hear that, Rod. Wish you to have a nice message, and that's important as well, because the questions was pretty important. Like how to
Okay,
see,
guys.
how to check, how to understand.
I'll be back in an hour and a half.
Waiting for you here. Waiting for you here.
Yes,
Enjoy.
bye.
So back to that question. Yes, basically everyone can able to get data or heat map on our globe, particularly about air quality issue. And what's important to understand, there is like transborder transition of compounds. So basically, if some region in India have higher pollution, the source, like local source of high air pollution, for example, burning, and the wind is going to our direction, right, and Thailand, that we have, in the end, we have the rise of background air pollution as well. So basically, we have background air pollution, and plus we have local sources of air pollution, like backyard burning and proper industrial garbage burning as well. So yeah, but I have this. I have this mission. I'm not a mission, a goal. I want to obtain maybe for short time a drone with infrared camera, and we're gonna do evening around 8 p.m. We're gonna do this observation flight, and we're gonna do this heat map of burning points of island, so that we can next analyze and maybe provide some solution of provide some numbers or consumable numbers to talk or to provide this data to use it next with and talk with government maybe, or to find some solution on this case. And also that if you use drone or you fly or you just use the ferry, you can see around these islands, around Samui, Pangan, and the evening time, it's like a lot of smoke just from burning. It's like huge clouds starting. Yeah, that's a problem. There's problem here and globally as well. But I'm not sure about West Europe, or I know that air quality problem, particularly you can see when you came from Arizona to Los Angeles, and you can see that wow, what's going on? The air is so bad, and the air pollution is crazy. For me, it was like, oh my god, as a China. So yeah, they have this natural trap, mountains, and yeah. So basically, they're not lucky geographically, and because of also huge megapolis with a lot of cars and these mobile sources of pollutants. Yeah, and Mazarif, maybe you want to speak something? Looks like your mic is on. Can you hear me? Nazareth?
Mesarif, can you hear Ecosynthesis?
Okay, maybe it's some bug.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Sorry, I am with my nephew, so yeah, I just want to share that there have been developed some technologies like this microclimate mask that I just shared. They're so dystopic in a certain way, but the air quality situation is a huge situation worldwide in many nations. And I believe that the solution, or probably an alternative, or probably an alternative or a solution could be in our oceans, because when you are nearby the ocean, usually the air quality is really good. Even if you are in the forest, as Anna could share to us too, the air quality improves where there's too much chlorophyll. And the ocean, and every breath we take, for every 10 breath we take, at least 7 comes from the ocean. So I believe that that a solution to tackle the problem of air quality is basically in our oceans and in our in all those tropical ecosystems that are nearby the coast. We're talking about mangroves, dunes, could be coral reefs, but yeah, and those ecosystems usually are, have problems regarding ecological connectivity. So I believe that if we can boost or preserve or conserve all those ecosystems, or air quality could be better in many other places. It will not depend if you're nearby or far away of those ecosystems, but probably they will have a solution to tackle the air quality problem, worldwide. So I believe that that it could be, in a future we could wear helmets, and probably we will pay for a good quality of air. That's a dystopian future, but I think that it could be it could be quite possible. But
It's a
sorry.
Yeah, I just want to mention that it's already here. That's already here, and like big cities, for example, in China,
Yeah,
families with small kids, they know this
totally agree.
problem, how this influence them, and people with money, they try to reach better ecological areas. You know, that's already here, and the environmental state already influence price for real estate. That's already here, kind of. We already passed that line. Of course, some regions they have better, they have less industrialized. They move this industrialized factories to different countries. I mean, developed countries. Other they countries that develop and they cannot stop use this industrial thing because they need money, they want to be rich. You know, this kind of rat race, and that rat race will stop someday. Yeah. And I just want to bring that back to you. You're totally right that natural ecosystem is the best solution for to preserve environmental health and air quality and soil quality and water quality. And that's nice that huge megapolises sometimes they have these areas. And I hope that people will preserve more and more places for that. But it's important for us also. We cannot, we cannot give up all technology and all civilization, so we need somehow to bring our civilization to level 2 or 3 or whatever, call it whenever you want. So we kind of face challenge in our way, and challenge is here. So we passing through this challenge, and I think everything will be all right for sure, and we will kind of be new one as humanity after all, and we'll really kind of planning to go to other planets. And but I think I just want to mention that the reason behind us more serious than what we want as persons or as nations or as country managers or whenever we like mind ourselves. So the reason for us here is like I don't want what it is particularly, but at least what I see is just like to develop, make our self or nature or call us, or I don't know how you call us, just more mobile. Just we can bring ourselves to different places, right? It's how we able to move, how we, and we also obtain some skills with mind. So we kind of bring in life somewhere on some level. I don't know where is this or what is it. If it's something, but we have some engine inside, right? So I think nothing will stop this. Nothing will stop this. I'm not sure about the huge catastrophic event in galaxy, but at least we won't stop us from this success for sure. Of course, yeah, that's we think that we can do this, but we cannot do this. Sorry, maybe it's a bit philosophical from my side. Yeah, I just want to bring actually positive mood on that, positive vibe that we're here to survive and to bring life as many places or as higher on the level as it possible. So just let's say transcendent. Humanity wants to transcendent themselves. Oh, take mic, someone take mic. I'm just fly already with all this philosophy. I think that's a bit huge. That's I mean too much to discuss. Yeah, so but we can of course. It's interesting to talk on some like real cases because I think that only behavior change society and change everything actually. So the first of all is behavior of people, and we here. Congrats! I think we're doing the crazy job on that. We have our spaces. I have Twitter account. We do onboarding events. We developing so IT or like public goods that other can use. And by this way, we can get attention. We can get proper understanding and proper perception of future changes. And you know, I think sometimes I think that we were like so, like you can say that's a small group if we talk globally, right? In that public distributor Web3, but I think it could be like as initiative energy, or it's not just like energy from nothing and energy from those ones who were before, with all this development before, and now we on next step with with our experience, and we try our ideas, we try our visions, and that's actually how the progress is appearing for humanity, as I see. So I think I might have question um, back on again on this. Do you maybe see inside or around your like house, I don't know, neighborhood or like city, any environmental actions or any environmental technology or any initiatives on, let's say, environmental protection, or let's say on sustainability, regenerative approach, and just to live better life from this perspective? It's really interesting to hear that. If you have any examples or any info on that, maybe you can share. Nazareth or Ken Fisher, or anyone who's in space right now and willing to share, I can give you this ability to talk. Just request, please. So that's look like my time to talk more. Excited to talk, actually. So yeah, I just let me announce that we're gonna have in 30 minutes we're gonna have if I DAO slot, and I'm excited to join Monty to talk on ReFi DAO development. Also want to talk on how ReFi movement and ReFi projects and the gens can earn money, how they can be sustainable, what tools do they have, and maybe to just brainstorm on that side, and also what ReFi DAO is, and let's say the main entity, the how ReFi DAO what can ReFi DAO do to support this intention, right? So for ReFi nodes, for ReFi projects, to be to earn money and be more powerful, actually, to empower their work and to empower their actions. That's really important. So yeah, I invite everyone next hour that's going to be excited. And as well, I heard that it will be in 3 hours, or maybe 2.5. It will be Gitcoin space as well. I'm not sure by myself because it will be 1 a.m. already here. But I also invite you to jump and show your project. That will be interesting for your audience there. Of course, if it's okay for your time zone. And Rod here as well, behind this space we have on Thursday, 16 UTC. That will be this space QF space with Sophia. A project that they develop probably I mean it's deeper details, but they develop robot, and they pretty cool, and so they also worth to visit and to hear from them on Thursday. And so don't forget to also check if you're still not donated, and you have donation list number 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, any. Don't forget to go and check this place. We have first quadratic funding round. Excited about that. That's our first round that we started with Rod, Manuel, Red, the space QF stewards, and yeah, invite you to donate. It's on Arbitrum chain. And yeah, you know the details, so you know why it's important, and for them that's important because we try to bring space community into quadratic funding, into Web3 mechanics, and our spirits as well. We just want to want them to feel the spirits, so go please and support them as well. 1.8. Also 1.8 for all excited projects on climate round. I donated already, but I have plan for my one more check. I want to go, and I want to check, I want to see some the technical solutions or some maybe developments, maybe some blockchain. I'm not sure. I'm for sure Empower blockchain or Elastic's not there, but maybe something interesting on that part, like some plastic token, and I know there is some maybe a couple of interesting projects with solar technology. Yeah, that's interesting. Of course, Ecosynthesis 6, please support us 1.8 when climate round. It's our first round, and I'm pretty excited and glad to shield this Gitcoin during this Gitcoin Grant 19 Ecosynthesis 6. And yeah, remind you that my name is Paul, and I am environmental scientist and blockchain enthusiast and also space enthusiast. And I have volunteer experience before in Russia, and now I kind of working full time in that sphere. Let's say that I collected from my all past experience, and it's kind of reincarnation or new level as I said before, right? And now I full time since August and trying my best, and I like it. It's interesting journey. I'm excited on that. So thanks to by the way from Lunka for supporting and for share knowledges. That's important for sure. So yeah, I'm excited on my way, and I invited you to support us at Ecosynthesis. Also, please support all ReFi DAO nodes. ReFi Farm, we love them. We also have ReFi Pangan here, and that's important. Show the love, please. And one more shield, of course, is Green Pill Network Round. Please go and check all Green Pill nodes, some new, of course, some old ones. And we also have Green Pill Pangan here on Pangan, and from Green Pill Pangan, we're preparing Pangan QF. And that's first, by the way, quadratic funding, let's say in real life, because we plan to have 3 NGOs at least. I mean, 2 NGOs in one community, Clean Pangan, like Talent Foundation, AK Park Animal Clinics. So that will be hard work, I want to say honestly, but because we want them on board, we want them to participate, we want them to shield, that's not easy. That's whoa. Anyway, we're gonna try this, we're gonna do this. The quadratic funding, Pangan quadratic funding round will be for projects who based on Pangan or who is working for Pangan prosperity, and this will be the main eligibility. And we're gonna announce this for global community. I mean, I'll announce it already, but officially and for local community during the 3rd region full moon on Pangan. That will be on 29th of November. So that will be the last day of Gitcoin Grant 19, and we will kind of celebrate during the 3rd region full moon. We're going to celebrate Gitcoin Grant 19 last day, and this whole 2 weeks of shield. So we will have a daytime meetup with the topic of ReFi, DSI, Pangan QF, and Gitcoin Grant 19. And the speakers will be Maple Burke, Rod Lunker, Anna from Totodao, and some representative of Chinese Chiang Mai community from North. They gonna start WOMA, as I remember, right? initiative, the huge one in December, in the middle of December, they're gonna show us about their project. So I'm gonna test. We're gonna do this online connection, and we're gonna have them here on Pangan online. Yeah, they're most excited that most celebration for sure will be in the evening time. Evening time will be a dance party at Summer Solheim Palm Beach for DJs and with small onboarding. We will try to our best to do onboarding event during this party. Of course, people want to dance and relax and all that. But we're gonna try to find the way, experiment how we can onboard people, because there will be free entrance with the Virgin Pangan member NFT that cost 0.02 ETH, and so the people who gonna obtain it and who has this NFT, they have a free entrance. Others, they will just use traditional way and will pay somersault for entrance with fiat money. Yeah, that will be interesting. We're all gonna have fire show as well with fire show artists. And yeah, we kind of develop as maybe if you follow us, our updates, I try to feel it. It's sort of our events already, and we try to do better and better each one. So we try to bring more value for communities, for people who attend our events. And yeah, as I say, we try to bring global community with our online technology that we have. We're lucky. Yeah, that's back to Green Peel. Sorry, that's Pangan PF. That's huge. I'm also participated in Round Manager cohort 1 right now to get more knowledges and practices on round management, and also, as I mentioned, started the space GF first round. So excited on that. Please check the Green Peel chapters on Green Peel network around and donate for them as well. Show your last, please. So I kind of can stop or
Love it, Paul.
pause. Yeah.
Paul, it's so great to just hear you, still like everyone. Like you're not just excluding anyone, you're just going all the way from all the refi nodes to Greenpill nodes to real life QF to all the other QF rounds that are happening on Gitcoin round. Just love the energy and bringing like just reminding everyone about what's happening. Just wanted to remind everyone the space has been a little buggy. So if you want to come up and speak, just request. I don't know if it's working, but if anyone wants to try and test it out, happy to check and let
No. Oh snap. Oh look, I can see G.Vish is in the house. Yeah.
On Suzani?
Hi, everything good? As Monty was sharing how it's a bit on UK here. I'm in Lisbon, so 4 p.m. around 4 p.m. too. Probably a bit warmer than in the UK for sure, much warmer than in Colorado. So it might be like 17 degrees right now. So it's quite cool, amazing day, pretty sunny. And then, well, I'm living here. It's been a bit more than a year, and then I'm from Brazil. Just getting used to how it's different. So back in Brazil, I will be now and reaching like the spring, getting ready to enjoy the Brazilian summertime, which is super cool. But now getting ready for a rainy winter here in Portugal. So, but exciting, and it's interesting to experience these differences in terms of seasons and stuff. So very happy to be here with you all. Jimmy also around here still.
Awesome.
Obviously,
I've got the video working. I think maybe someone could verify that actually all the audio is coming through in the right way. But I've got it pinned up. And Paul, if you want to come join on video so I can see your beautiful face, I've
Yeah,
sent you
looks
the
like
link on
I'm
Telegram.
in. Looks like I'm in.
Oh yes.
Uh,
No, I can't see you yet.
Sweet.
Can
Yeah,
you see me now?
the audio is coming through, but you got to bring Monty up as a speaker for there to be
I
new.
see Monty, and I mute myself, and yeah.
Also, I think it would make sense to have Refi Dao be the co-host now.
Okay. Here I am.
Hello,
Monty.
Paul.
Hello, brother. Nice to
How
see
you
you. Long
doing?
time. Yeah, I'm
Good
doing
to see your
okay
face.
actually.
Looks like you're
Yeah.
outside and it's dark.
I'm not. It's dark, but I'm inside. It's my co-working space, and yeah, I'm in Kopangan for audience, and we have 27 degrees right now, and it's rain season, and I really miss four season periods. I haven't experienced it maybe 9 years already. No, okay. Last time I saw and touched snow in Colorado, actually, in the mountain parts. But yeah, I already forgot what is it, and good to hear that someone experienced this now. So in Thailand, actually, it's kind of the same, almost the same temperature whole year. I mean, it's now 27, could be 32, but this kind of range, and it's always summer, of course. Yeah,
Nice.
Asia.
And are you at the Refi Pangang hub, or there's a co-working space that you regularly visit, or what's the situation there?
It's like it's true. I know that Anastasia already showed. So we have kind of dream. We want to rent land in a property and build in real life regen hub with spaces for workshop, for classes for kids, like astronomy, ecology, some robotics, regenerative practices, some blockchain technology, why not? And also welcome hub for regen community. But in this case, it could be real regen hub with maybe some accommodations as well there. So that's one part. Another part, we have a monthly event here, Regen Full Moon. So we're gonna have a third, actually, Regen Full Moon. This month, 29th of November, it will be the last day of Gitcoin Grant 19, and we will celebrate. We'll have two parts. The second part will be about celebration. That will be a party at Somersault for DJs, and we'll try to do onboarding with purchasing NFT, Region Pangan member NFT that allowed free interns, and or they people can pay for some assault with the fiat traditional way. So the evening part, but daytime part is meetup, and it's the topic will be Refi, Desai, Pangan QF that we prepared with Green Peel and Green Peel Pangan, and also Gitcoin Grant 19. And the speakers will be me, Paul Book, and Rod Mamin, Lunka, and Anna Crocodile, and some representative from Chiang Mai community. They gonna start initiative in December, in the middle of December. I get not much details, can show properly, but they will show it. So we kind of aim to bring this time it's with Thai community from North, but we aim to bring global community to our event as well. So that's activity that we have right now, and we also prepare Renaissance. But that kind of dream part, that's pretty awesome, and we're excited on that. But I think, are just like bringing things in my head and timeline. I think maybe healthier, then we can I don't know, start to execute this, but at least maybe take this seriously, you know.
That's awesome to hear. Love to hear you've got some exciting kind of events up and coming, and the community's kind of being built, and nice energy and a momentum coming around it. I'm also curious just to learn a little bit more about you personally as well, and like the journey that you've gone on to get you to where you are today in this field of regeneration and Web3. What have been some of the key kind of moments that have taken you on this journey to where you are here today in this niche but exciting and hopefully hugely impactful movement?
Yes, what I think that looks like that is a photo, but that what I want to say for now, that I have a lot of crazy awesome people, builders, founders, you, Rod, other representative. I don't want to name all because I cannot all name all, and don't want to, but want to name all. So that journey that I'm already on this journey from last January, February. I'm in this Web3 journey. But I'm an environmental scientist and blockchain enthusiast, and I have the GAN experience and different node development, some technical stuff, some future stuff. So full the GAN before experience, and I also have experience with volunteer activity in Russia before. And yeah, just last November it was trigger for me here. I'm 3 years already on Kanban, and before the last high season, during the high season, there are a lot of people came, and before that, they started to burn garbage pretty hard, and I haven't noticed that before because not many people, not the island is not overloaded. And but that time something changed, and once I just came on my balcony and just noticed that a lot of smoke around, and I haven't understand because it was high humidity that time. I think maybe it's kind of rain or like a fog, you know. But the smell was crazy, and I just ride my bike there and just like realized that this is like burn garbage without proper filters and proper weather condition, and that I started to find solution for that. And as my background more traditional that time, I haven't touched EFI, I haven't touched when I'm fully right now. And that time I try to find traditional solutions, how we can change what can be done, you know, maybe to raise awareness, people like maybe do like some, I don't know, not riots, but just, you know, bring in some actions on that, like call some medias, invite to make reportages. By the way, we have some reportages here from local media. It's not the key, it's not the solution, but it's good to have them. Yeah, and that time I eventually I'm not remember like what was exactly that, but I texted you, I remember, on Telegram, and I texted about that I want to start a 5-pound gun because I noticed that it's like movement and people with interesting idea. I watch your TED talk as well, and yeah, that was kind of wow. I say, okay, there is like some way, some solution that so there is some way that I can do impact. I don't need to just say company. I don't need to obtain permission for garbage. I don't need to have like a lot of money because I not have it right now. But I want to do impact. I want to change this because I have knowledges. I see. I have vision. I see how can I influence situation. I see what can be changed, and I see that it's improper what is going on right now. Because the extractive approach here on island, that's crazy, Daisy, and they only focus mainly focus on extractive value, just get money from tourists, and they build everything for that, like more houses close to each other, more restaurants. But okay, what will be with West? What will be with electricity? What will be with water? We already have water shortage. We already have electricity shutdowns. We already have problem with garbage. They just burn it here on island, and everyone breathe it. So kind of weird. So yeah, this way provide me some steps, and by these steps, we're right now here because we started from a 5-pound gun, and we represent our activity from the 5-pound gun, and then there are PL Green Pin pan gun and Ecosynthesis X after Gitcoin Grand 18. So for different purposes, just to make it proper, just to deliver better impact from our side, just to focus from our side, and to get better financing for us. Because yeah, I will working full time. I'm full time since August. Anastasia also working with me, and she is busy with 2 kids as well. And yeah, for us, it's important to separate and to better represent. And as I see right now, 3 months passed, and that was a proper decision from our side and to do this. So, but I just want to mention that if Pangan was for us, let's say, uh, the starting point, in this journey. And I actually glad I want to say some words on you, Monty, and I'm glad that you take a new, like maybe not a new role, just like extend your vision or your tools, your execution opportunities with DeFi. I also saw this DeFi DAO 2.0 and the forum next. I'm pretty excited to participate. I share some ideas from my side, some like what can be implemented, maybe some crazy things. But I'm glad. I just want to say that I'm glad to see the DeFi DAO development and grow, and that's important. And I supporting. We're here. We empower each other, different nodes with different knowledges. Some have this superpower, another superpower. And as you mentioned at that time with Green Peel, and I also replied that we see this superpower for what can be done from each activities, right? We see what correlated with us, and we as community we cooperate and do whatever empower and bring a bigger impact. So nice to have you. Nice to have you as one of the leader of Reply DAO, and wish you success and support from all nodes. Yeah. So
Ah,
actually, I want to stop on that side.
that's
So
lovely. No, right back
yeah.
at you. It's super interesting hearing your journey, coming from Russia and then moving to Pangan, and then seeing these
Yeah, that
environmental
was
troubles and actually taking action.
on
So
that part. It was 8 years journey. I left my country 8 years ago. That was fucked up already, guys, before war. For people like me, for mind people, for progressive people, that never was about us. Was before 2000. Yeah, before millennium, but it was short period of freedom for Russia. Anyway, I don't want to complain here. It's, modern life is complicated for each and everyone and everywhere. That's hard truth that I get with my life experience on this planet. Anyway, we're here to make it easier and maybe healthier Yeah, I just want to bring that it was Thailand, then 3 years in China and United States a little bit, then on Bali a bit, and then here in Thailand 3 years already, 3 and more, and 3 on Pangan Island. Yeah, and I'm
Hey.
glad. Wow, who is here? Jimmy. Nice to see you.
Yo, what's
Yeah,
up, man?
jump.
Just quick reminder, we have to mute ourselves on the stream if we're gonna port in. So Monty, I'm just gonna mute you here because the audio is already coming in from the.
Oh, I thought I was muted. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
good. No worries. And did you? Is it? This is my screen share for this space, or is it yours?
It's mine.
Okay. Okay. Can you join as Monty on yours? So bottom left, click the mic, because otherwise there's a delay with our mouths and the audio.
Yeah, that does. Click the mic and then what?
In the bottom left there, you click the mic to request to come up as Monty on your computer. Sorry, guys. Housekeeping. We got this. Join a speaker. Yeah, click join a speaker.
I can't see join a speaker.
Good. It's right above the mic. Oops, my bad. Why aren't you on stream anymore? It's right above the mic there in the bottom left corner, right below Igley. On your computer.
Nope, there's not.
Really? I see it right there on the stream.
What?
Join us below Igley,
Do you
above
see
the mic.
Do you see the purple mic, Monty?
The purple mic.
On your computer, where space is. The purple mic is in the far bottom left corner of the Twitter.
Yeah, I'm being
Yeah.
got
No,
you,
it's okay.
got you.
I know this is crazy what we're doing here. It's a
Okay.
miracle we pulled it off. There you go. Okay, now there's no delay. All right, Paul.
Now
pop
there's
your
no
camera
delay.
Back on.
Got
Popped
you.
it on for you. Oh,
Sorry, everyone. Technical glitches. We're here. We're back.
Sorry, bro.
I couldn't understand what Jimmy was talking about, but it does
Yeah,
make sense.
we're good now. We good. All right. Okay, as you were, Jen, didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. I just got home, so we got it. All right.
Nice. Well, it's nice that you're here, Jimmy, to join the conversation.
And also one more thing, looks like Sylvie came in and I think kind of fixed the space now. We have 2 co-hosts, so that's not happened for I think 18 hours now.
We haven't been able to do 2 co-hosts in like 8 hours. It did not work. Miracles. Sylvie has blessed us with the co-hosting privileges. Can't believe it's working now. That's remarkable.
My official hosting time is later in 3.5 hours. I am trying to be in 2 places at once, but I'm gonna hang around, and then whenever I have a minute, I will definitely join these conversations.
Yoo-hoo! Gmo, hello. In the house.
Let's grow Gmo. So I didn't. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna. As you guys were going, I'm not gonna commentary this conversation. You go ahead. I just want to fix that.
Well, I guess one of my next questions, Paul, would be curious. You mentioned the events you've got coming up. Are there any other kind of core activities and vision for the nodes that you're particularly interested in and excited about?
So we have here. So first of all, we have onboarding reason, right? According to our impact NFT collection, and we aim to onboard local NGOs and communities. So we're gonna have this onboarding events. We already have one with the Clean Pangan community. They clean up beaches and collect plastic. So that was exciting experience, but a bit not what I expected. So actually, the founder is not ready to contribute time to develop community, to develop new channels, to communicate with crypto donors, to just like to jump on stage to shill, or maybe to do something to bring more resources and to empower them. But in that case, we help them to start Give Us page. We help them with Twitter account. Anyway, for example, I invited them for Gitcoin and Grant 19, and they just skip this time. Maybe they will change their perspective with local Pangan Kiev. Anyway, we have 2 more, and they registered NGOs. So they officially registered that they have personnel, they have funding from some grants, and it will be interesting to have these onboarding events with them. And yeah,
Love that. What
yeah.
local NGO is that? Sorry, what?
Yes, one of it's Eco Talent Foundation, and the second one is Kopangan Animal Clinics for Strays. So they work with animals. And yeah, that's 3 kind of 2 NGOs and 1 community, because the guys who do clean up every week, they not they not have this official registration of NGOs or something like that. No official structures, so they just gather together and bring all like things.
Super interesting. One of the things I think that's been circling in my head recently has been, this local node kind of structure of having these local communities all over the globe. Obviously, in our case, specifically geared around this niche of regeneration and Web3.
Someone talking? Is that a rug or?
Oh, can you hear me, Jimmy?
Jimmy, you're talking. We hear you.
Can people hear me?
I'm talking. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I'm talking now, right?
we can
It's just
hear you.
silence. Okay. I was
Jimmy.
like, damn, is it rugged? We good. So, brother, I'm excited, obviously, for this Renaissance Festival that we are co-biddling. And yeah, like I'm curious to know, since we had our last few conversations live on X Spaces, how those things are developing in terms of location. We were looking at 3 different spots. I think the one by the beach was pretty good, but we're gonna see if we could make like a second stage in that area. Have you managed to have a sequential conversation with those people, or how can we connect the dots? I'd love to speak with them as well.
So yeah, Jimmy, I'm glad to share some details on that, but let me invite Anastasia behind DeFi Pangan. She wants to deliver some details, but I want to say that she actually prepared, let's say, raw presentation with places, right? And we will add more details there. And maybe in the end, it will be proper presentation for core team, first of all. Maybe then we're going to use it for like further purpose. So Anastasia, if you're ready, maybe you can jump on stage and deliver, speak.
Jimmy, can you hear me? Can people hear me in the space?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's grow, Anastasia.
Jimmy, can you hear Monty?
I don't think Jimmy can hear me.
No, I can't hear Monty. Okay, I thought that might be happening.
Yeah, he's been asking a couple times.
Is that me? Should I leave and come back, or is that Jimmy needs to leave and come back?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear perfectly too.
Yeah, it's just Jimmy that can't. It's a classic Twitter space trouble. This is what happens. I'll try leave and come back maybe.
I think I'm gonna do the
old
same
Octagon
because
again.
I can't hear Jimmy well. I can't hear Monty, and I couldn't.
We're all good now. We're all good. Fixed it.
Do you already have a date for the Renaissance Festival? Because I'm already want to see this Black Friday to start planning going.
Renaissance, yeah.
We're planning
Renaissance.
to December, maybe middle of December. So yeah, that was kind of last community decision, I think.
Yep, that's the plan.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. Plenty of time to make sure we do it right, and yeah, I mean, I think a lot of some of the main decision making was how do we avoid killer jellyfish, number 1, and then how do we avoid
that's most important one.
Yeah, that's probably number 1. Let's not die, hopefully, and then also the crazy rains would also set us back. So we had to avoid both of those things, and then that's how we got to December.
What is the jellyfish seasonal or what?
Yeah, they kind of flob to a different direction, and
they flob in.
They flob to a warmer place, probably. I assume that's the sound a jellyfish makes when they teleport themselves. Flob.
Nice.
We have some jellyfishes, and we have this particular deadliest one here, but it's some specific seasons for them. and it's not often, but it happened here. But it's always like that. It's so weird, and some like jellyfish kill like someone and during the swimming, and everyone knows about that. It's super scary, but actually, maybe traffic thing or some accident on the road. We have more like that cases here. Be honest, especially with all these full moon, alcohol, and newbies on the bikes, and yeah, that's kind of not a good side of the island, be honest. Yeah, but I just
Right.
want to mention that this jellyfish case is, yeah, it's like, because it's scary, everyone wants to swim, but no one wants to die. It's so good.
Yo, I feel like that's a quote, a quote of this live stream for sure. Everyone wants to swim, no one wants to die. Yes, definitely. So what can we do about the motorbike situation? Because I think that is like the main mode of transport on the island, right? It's like going around on a motorbike, usually without a helmet. Like we just load up on helmets, or they're like a bus situation we can bring people around.
So I see Anastasia behind you. Pangan is ready to jump. Anastasia, if you...
I don't know, guys. I'm terribly lagging. I'm here in half of the space, and I don't know what to do. I really... Maybe I leave and come back.
We can hear you, at least. Okay, anyway, about this bike situation, right? What was the question? We have a lot of bikes on
How
the
do we
roads.
minimize risk for bike deaths, basically? If that's the main mode of transport, do we just try to load up on helmets for people? Is there a bus situation we can try to?
Yeah, the helmet situation, helmet for sure. That's necessary. And actually, when you rent the bike here, they provide you, or you can buy, for example. And there is also, let's say, this mini van that they use to transfer people to half moon or full moon or any other bigger van. So basically, for people who don't want or like to use bike or anything, they can use this taxi. Let's say, right? So to go to destination, it will be safer option actually. Yes, I think so.
Okay, yeah. And for those who don't really know what we're talking about, the Regenaissance Festival. This is it's growing to be the biggest regen festival on the planet. It's going to be for almost a week over in Kopangan Island at the end of next year. Much like how Burning Man is put on by the attendees, this is put on by the refi movement. So there's a ton of refi startups that are really co-biddling this from day one. I'm talking Regen Build, I'm talking Solarpunk DAO, I'm talking Coconut, pretty much everyone from Let's Grow, as well as the refi nodes of Pangan, the Green Pill chapters, and we plan to have like a quadratic lands area, a Green Pill stage for workshops. Like we're inviting everyone who is here listening right now to participate in this event, and basically co-biddle it with us. Like contribute an area. I've been speaking with John about having like a refi DAO kind of like meditation area for wellness, because I know he's really into that, and we also talked about having the annual meeting over there. So yeah, I'd love to co-build this with everyone here, because that's what it's really about. It's about uniting and growing the regen movement. And for us to grow the movement, we all have to be united on one front to push a similar message to the world. And together, we're so much stronger. I've given this analogy before, like we're trying to build to the clouds, right? Imagine you're trying to build up to the sky and everyone's building their own little houses. It's going to take so much longer to grow and get there than it is if we just build directly up. In a skyscraper, right? Speaking of which, we got Regen Build come up here. Hopefully we do that in a regen way, but it's just an analogy. I think you guys get the point. We are trying to make refi well known across the world and adopted and widespread. right? We need to grow it as a synchronized movement. And, as you guys have already experienced a little bit with Let's Grow Live, amazing things happen when regens unite. Lots of collaborations form. We can really co-build a much stronger movement together. And so that's why I'm really bullish to also green pill a lot of people and give a transformative experience so people can feel inspired to really pursue what it is they're born to do in the world. And I think that's going to make the world a really great place to live in.
And then it makes me remember by joining the Refi Week, it was like a common feeling shared by several people that I talked to. Like we spaces like this Twitter spaces that we are together, and so many other channels. It's pretty great for us to discuss many topics, to get to know each other, to share our projects, to learn new things. But then there is nothing like real life, real human connection. And then it was really beautiful to see this happening during Refi Week. So I'm definitely getting more and more excited for the Regenaissance Festival because just imagining the vibe that will be whenever we have all these regions together. Because definitely I think that the energy of the community of related to Refi, to regeneration, is something else. So for all of you who are just like me, also getting more familiar with the Regenaissance Festival, I think the FOMO is real. So let's make it happen.
Let's grow. Suzani is big vibes as well on the dance floor. I can attest. She suggested a place on my 30th birthday. Had such an amazing time. So now you imagine that times 500, 1,000, maybe several thousand regens uniting in one beautiful location. It's just gonna be an incredible experience. I can't wait for it.
Yoo-hoo! It's gonna be so much
excited.
fun.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna prepare something interesting, and I invite everyone who is willing to bring something from. I don't know. Just you want to bring corner, or you want to bring some activities or to participate. You can jump in Telegram groups to discuss or bring your ideas. And
Love to hear it.
Monty, maybe we can talk on this EBF
Yeah, I was
initiative
gonna
that
say.
you promote.
You've been messaging me this week with a number of kind of interesting, crazy, cool ideas, and I'd love to dig into some of those with you.
Yeah, we can talk on that we can talk, of course, and
take the pick. Which one do we want to kick off with? Refi Layer 3, EBF across everything?
Refi Layer 3 is kind of a long story. We can start from that, and I think everyone will be interested, but maybe we can keep this in small secret, but some step and start from EBF initiative. I really want to maybe hear more details on that. I try to understand how we can get with Ecosynthetics products to that, and be honest, ChatGPT helped me a little bit to understand.
Yeah, I saw that. You sent like a message of like, I'm trying to figure out how we can collaborate with EBF. So I asked ChatGPT across all of my projects, and it's given you this list of like these different ways, which is super interesting. But yeah, curious, do you have like specific questions about it, or you want me to give like an overview, or what's your current kind of thinking about it?
I think maybe small overview just for our audience, just short introduction what we're talking about. Maybe not everyone understand what is it. So, and just then I bring some example from my side.
Sure. So the EBF kind of framework emerged out of these discussions that had been happening across many, many different projects, across many different sectors, and the kind of realization that when you actually drill down to really understand the impacts that were being had, not just like the things that were the practices and things that were happening, but actual tangible, measurable impacts, then these 6 words were the ones that kept on coming up. And in a way, a lot of these different things could be brought under these umbrella of these 6 words that really defined what are the actual impacts that are most important to all life on Earth. And that is, air, water, soil, biodiversity, equity, and carbon. And there's so much that goes into understanding those impacts, but really that's fundamental to all life on Earth. And then starting with that, what is the set? How can we use that as a kind of starting point that we all agree on? Like, this is the way we want to be able to measure impact that goes beyond looking at just carbon to understand this holistic picture of the impact on the planet. And then from that, what are the ways we can realign economic activity with the regeneration of those ecological benefits? How can we recreate carbon markets in this holistic lens? How can we redo the broken ESG reporting sector, which at the moment struggles with these 30-page long reports of waffle and vague promises, and say, actually, no, let's see your ecological benefit footprint right now, and what is your plan for increasing and being a net positive impact on this world, not just a do less bad, we'll do it, we'll fix it in 50 years approach that we see. Even the Sustainable Development Goals, there's how many people here could name every single Sustainable Development Goal? And then actually drill down to what each of those actually means in terms of the impact. It can get pretty overwhelming. And again, like, we can boil all of the Sustainable Development Goals down into these 6 words of impact. So really, it's this kind of, it can be seen as this interoperable framework, this Bluetooth of that we then in the refi space and in the impact space and whichever other sector you're working in can look at this framework and go, well, how does my actions impact these very fundamental ecological benefits? And so, yeah, that's the starting point of the theory. And there's been an awesome amount of work that has gone into this now from over 300 different companies and organizations, ranging from Google to RefiDAO to Ripple to Gitcoin to Regen Network, Open Forest Protocol. All of these organizations, both in the refi space and much wider than that as well, have been a part of this activator program to develop the kind of initial version of this framework and all of the modules that plug in to start measuring different measurement methodologies in different regions, and all of these different things that can plug in to this framework. And the mission of Refi EBF, the organization that I've kind of helped to start in partnership with RefiDAO and the Lexicon, is helping to plug this framework and support projects in the refi ecosystem that are implementing EBF across various different levels and ways that they're doing that. So yeah, the mission is to really incubate and support refi projects that are EBF aligned. And I'm even whipping up a graphic now, an EBF aligned badge, if you like, kind of pledge that hopefully we're going to see some of the top refi projects that are already thinking in EBF, Sunflower Eco, Hack Refi, Sylvie, Basin, Regen Network are current examples of awesome Tree Gens, of course, Jimmy, goes without saying. So yeah, that's a bit of an overview, and yeah, excited to continue the development there. I think we were chatting yesterday about this and thinking about how we can create a EBF impact credit, essentially, that's going beyond just a carbon credit to create a holistic ecological benefits token, and then how that fits into these new impact funding systems that we're seeing in Web3, which hopefully can scale from the sub hundreds of millions that we're seeing today with Gitcoin and with all of the other Web3 funding public goods systems. Well, to actually scale that up, how to get to the billions of dollars, trillions of dollars even of value, how do we get there? Well, I think we need really amazing tools of actually measuring, verifying, reporting this impact, and bringing that on to trusted infrastructure, so that instead of Gitcoin projects just applying and you don't really know the impact or the credibility of what that project has had, I think to really take this entire sector to the next level, we need to be looking at these new tools and really innovating so that we're actually better than legacy philanthropic, charity, public goods funding systems, and that's how I think we win as the refi space. So I think the EBF has the potential to be a really exciting part of this, and is a bridge, I think, to a lot of very interesting connections. I have some very interesting calls coming up this week that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, Paul, does that give an overview? And curious if that's sparking any ideas for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Monty. That's a pretty exciting introduction for that. as I understand, with local node can understand what our generative activities provide impact and what align. And also from Ecosynthesis, we can understand what products and how they align. For example, as I get with ChatGPT, just a second. The first one, air quality AI assistant is alignment assistant with air quality management, and it's kind of aligned with emphasize ecological benefits of air quality. So that's one element of air in this case. And to understand next how this impact can be measured, right? How it can be verified. I mean, not this product, but the impact that this, let's say, air quality AI assistant delivering, how it influence, how it raise awareness around air quality topic, how it maybe indirectly influence decreasing of level of pollutant in air. I'm just like trying to understand right now. What
Yeah,
can it
I
do?
mean, I feel like if you have an air quality sensor, that is one of the bits of equipment and some methodologies that could then help gain more clarity about the impacts on the air component of EBF, right? So again, I'm not an expert on the very much different methodologies that will be within this air component and what pollutants that measures and all of that. So, but that would definitely seem like it fits in that realm. And then it sounds like you've developed some form of AI assistant that then can take all of the data surrounding air quality and have a sort of natural language interface to make that more accessible to people. So yeah, I think that's super cool, and yeah, I think it definitely taps into one of those ecological benefits for sure.
So yeah, excited to I'm gonna place this test for myself after the Gitcoin Grant 19 to figure out how DeFi Pangan can participate or Ecosynthesis can participate in that to bring some from our side
I
to
think
develop this.
One of the areas that I've been thinking about today a lot is I've been speaking to Alberto in the Lexicon, and they're doing a partnership with the World Food Forum, which is a UN agency, and they have actually almost like ReFi Node, like a network of local communities on the ground. And there are a number of other kind of adjacent organizations that also have this local node like architecture. There's one called Zebras Unite, for example. I know Greenpeace and Roots have these kind of local youth activation groups. And I sort of been thinking over several quite a while in terms of what can it look like to actually collaborate with these organizations? Because, I do think that the ReFi space is amazing, but we are also this kind of like slightly techie Web3 niche bubbly kind of ecosystem. Maybe traditional climate activists and some other people it's not going to appeal to everyone, right? And so if you just throw a bunch of hyper nerdy techie ReFi people with like some more traditional youth climate activists, it's not instantly gonna form a community that there are obviously cases where that is the case, and if it's done in a very accessible and open way. But I actually think that this EBF bridge could be a really interesting piece of the puzzle, right? Because you can then have the more traditional impact professionals and climate experts plugging in and speaking about EBF and taking a certain part of the challenge, whether it's local activation, measurements, this kind of thing. And then the ReFi people are bringing other tools to the puzzle and other pieces to the equation, whether it's the more kind of financial side, the technology side. And it sort of actually provides potentially this glue to bind different communities that are still involved in this impact space, local on the ground. And so we can be onboarding projects, conducting ecological benefits analysis, and having kind of local activation. So yeah, it's something that's circulating in my head, and I think this would potentially be a really interesting model to attract funding and grow our communities and create more kind of synergies and collaborations and diversity. at the local level. So one of the ideas that's going on in my head, and we'll see how we can manifest that over the coming months and years.
Yeah,
I
that's cool
think
to have more. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, Susanne.
Yeah, I was just going to share that like by being part of one of the first local nodes, Refi Lisboa, and then it's super interesting to see all of this evolution. Then in just such a short period of time to see the evolution, we as local nodes are starting very focused on like first creating a community around Refi in all the different places where we are located, promoting meetups and starting to create content, seeing this trend the strong content creation from the side of Refi DAO as well, advocating so strongly on Refi regeneration as a whole, and then how see the evolution of all the nodes starting to create their own project, a lot of their own projects, and plugging different solutions on the Web3 space and out of Web3 too, because I think that beyond connecting people, because as local nodes, and could be all the communities related to Refi, to Web3, we are first connecting people who are interested in something in common. Here we have not only the revaluing technology and understanding the potential of Web3 to solve so many problems, but we also have this passion for regeneration, and we believe on the potential of putting all of these parts of the puzzle together to make a meaningful impact from our local communities to even expand to a global perspective. And then by seeing this evolution, we starting to create more projects, starting to plug in more the projects already existing. So Impact Market coming. So first speaking as someone from a local node, but now with the perspective of someone who comes from one of these projects, Refi projects, which is Impact Market, understanding how as a local node I can map the projects available existing in the ecosystem, and we can bring the solutions to my community and then make the most of these tools to empower my community. And then also bringing now this element of the EBF, reinforcing how important MRV it is for us to bring further all of our vision for regeneration, to attract funding, to attract more supporters, to keep growing our impact, really amplifying our mission together. So just really seeing this vision of how this is evolving and getting even more excited to think what is coming next. How with all of these tools and a better understanding of the possibilities that we have now, and accelerating the collaboration on a local and in a global perspective, how we can grow even more this movement. And we are all here together, most of us participating in this Gitcoin round, another way of both getting funds to take our projects further, but also to nurture this beautiful community that is getting stronger between us. So all of us here, we have such an opportunity to maybe explore collaborations. Refi, so all of you here who are listening, if there is no local node in your city, maybe now could be a potential possibility of you creating one in your city. So just talk to Monty, the Refi DAO team, to understand how to make it happen. If there is a Refi local node in your city, get connected, take advantage of the amazing things that are happening thanks to these local nodes, and then really understanding that together we are much stronger and we can co-create this world that we really want.
Beautifully said, Susanne. That was amazing. I love that. And yeah, do reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Telegram, Monty Merlin, and I can send you local node toolkit. And we have another incubator program, or the beta cohort is coming soon in January. And so yeah, we're going to have a bunch of resources, experts, and discussions, kind of co-creating this next cohort of local nodes together. And so yeah, there's a bunch of resources. If this sounds interesting to you, something you'd like to be a part of, join the community, and let's spread it in this kind of global way. So yeah, super exciting. Any other thoughts from anyone? We've got quite a few people up here on stage now. Curious if there's any thoughts in these last few minutes of the Refi Hour.
So if no one willing to speak, maybe I just said that we can talk on other topics tomorrow or day after tomorrow at the same time. Yeah, here with Refi DAO as co-host, and we'll be glad to jump and continue this awesome talk. And Carbon Counting Club, James, jump on stage, please.
Yeah, I guess I was curious to know what size projects are you looking for, or kind of projects are you looking for to start refi local nodes? Like I do a lot of stuff independently, but there's not a whole lot of environmental organization around my area. So I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, so I think one of the core focuses at the beginning has been on cities, because cities are typically this kind of shelling point of different people, talent, capital, builders, investors. That there is usually a decent community that can be tapped into in cities to kind of start a community that's able to regularly meet with each other, have events, and kind of have a diversity of different people and projects involved. Having said that, maybe there's scope for some hyper local nodes. You're in a small town. Maybe there's just a couple of you, that are involved, and obviously the initial focus is typically on people who are more active in the refi and Web3 space. But obviously, ultimately, the aim is to bring more people into that and have a bit more of a diversity of people and voices. So I guess it depends as to which region you're in, and the kind of vision for the community that you want to create there. But yeah, we've typically found there's a lot of synergy with people who are kind of have their own projects as well, or it may be experienced founders or community builders, are kind of particularly suitable probably for starting something like this, because it's it is also like starting a company in some ways. Like it's not an easy thing to create and sustain a community, so it does take a certain grit and determination, and how to make that sustainable, and ultimately evolving into what business models and things like that. So again, we have a whole toolkit on this. I can definitely send it your way, and we'll be starting the kind of beta cohort and incubator in January, where we'll kind of go over all of this in much more detail, and have much more space for fine tuning things. So yeah.
I'm curious about local nodes and what exactly that is. Are they all unique in what they do and based on the people in that community, or do they all kind of follow the same general pattern and layout?
So
maybe,
I think
maybe Monty, I can just share from my side as
yeah, absolutely, Paul. Go ahead.
local node. So I think that every node is unique, and every node has their own superpower, because different people, different knowledges, different experience, different connections, and all of that different life, and that's super nice. But at that time, and different in the same time, there is something that unites us, right? And this it's Vela, and it's our origin activity, different practices, or it can be tools, could be IT tools, or could be cleanups, could be tree plants, or like some direct actions as well. Yeah, that's from my experience. As I see, what I see, all nodes can, and they execute that they execute leadership, and they provide they deliver from their side. They looking for financing from their side as well, not only relying on Refi DAO and some central structure that will give money, or will say what to do, or will provide this or that. And that's pretty nice. I like this. I think that's a good sign for a whole network, and for the future. So I hope I bring some data from my side. Sorry, Monty, that just started.
No, totally. It's lovely to hear your perspective. I'll just offer a summary from the way I see it, and then I think that might be Diogo from Agroforesta. I'd love to hear from you as well. But from my perspective, I think at the highest level, there's, like you say, there's an alignment of a shared mission to regenerate the earth using these powerful tools and alignment in the values and principles of regeneration and being a part of this online community and refi ecosystem. So that's the kind of high level alignment. And then just as Paul said, there's then a completely open canvas for how that then looks like in the local place, in the local context, with the community and the core team that kind of gathers and the place of which that's situated. And so, yeah, that the refi local node is then a community that forms in a specific place that meets regularly to learn, experiment, and implement with refi tools and solutions on the ground. So actually taking all of these tools and projects and things we see in the refi space and implementing them locally on the ground in the real world to have the impact that they're intended. With the ultimate aim of building a local regenerative society in that country, city, town, or even village. And so, yeah, whether the core activities of that node is completely diverse. We've been speaking to different nodes all week in this hour, and it's amazing to hear how each one has a different flavor, whether they're focused on the community and events, whether they've got their own podcast or studio or publishing media, whether they're mapping the local regenerative society, building open source software, raising value-aligned capital, even looking towards acquiring land and other real-world assets and developing land-based regenerative projects. So there's a whole diversity of different things and projects and activities that the nodes can do. But at the highest level, it's about that alignment of a shared values and vision of regeneration and being a part of this online refi community. Diogo, what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it's interesting how every node has its own story, and it's really a place for creativity to allow for them to interact and collaborate beyond the rounds. But each one has a story. I helped them create the Refi Pinda node. They wanted so much to be on Web3, start doing things, learning things. So we created together this application, the multisig, the profiles. Now they took over. Then I said, okay, I will leave the multisig now, and you stay with. And what happened is, I think every node experienced this. Like the funds came quite late, and the excitement and all that engagement kind of took a break, and I think they had to go and do their own things for a while, and they're coming back, but they weren't able to. Actually, I think they sent the application to this round, but it was late, and it probably is still in review. Shout out to the reviewers there. Thanks for all the hard work. And yeah, this rhythm, some people just are not in the pace yet, but I'm telling them, hey, come on, move. Let's do it again. Let's apply. Let's ignite this calendar, this agenda. Let's use the funds. Let's donate. Let's create transactions in the multi. They are kind of. It's hard to put them together. It's been hard in the last weeks, but they are following everything, But I think the first transactions in a multisig are kind of. If you have never experienced that, it's kind of challenging for the first ones. I don't know. It's my view.
No, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not easy, setting up a new organization and making these things successful. I think it often does require at least some visionary founders and some diverse skill sets within that team. And totally agree. If you're new to Web3 and trying to do all of the stuff that we're doing here, that's going to be probably quite overwhelming, and you're not going to be kind of used to it. So, but yeah, I mean, I'd love to. It'd be interesting to hear more about the Refi Pinda node as they emerge and develop, and hopefully they get the chance to join the beta cohort in January, and we can see how we can support them. But
Cool.
You've been involved in Refi Brazil, right, Diego?
Yeah, actually, no, we go through the membranes because there's Greenfield Network. There used to be Refi Spring with Marcelo, and this comes and goes. But there are people that are aware and with an effort to coordinate. And in and that can happen in many realms. I focus on in AgroForest DAO. We focus on building roots and social environmental interactions over time, and I think it's one of the many places where we can coordinate. There's also other spaces, other places, and so yeah, we are in the climate round, trying to put all the agenda of agricultural venture, agroforestry venture with a long-term plan, having all this on a workspace, on a planning every 6 months with tasks, bounties, and this kind of organization, coordination, and following and community review, and building this community value. We are also starting to think ways of broadening, expanding, and allowing more people to be recognized and part of AgroForest DAO. So anyone could cultivate a square meter with a design plan of long term. So and create a proof of syntropy and have it registered in their profile, in their account, and forever on the blockchain. So this way we can build reputations, we can imagine careers, we can build ways of gamifying, leveling up, recognizing engagement in many different interactions. So that's community building with a rooted element that is fundamental. Yeah. Thank you, Monty.
I just wanted to say that sounds super interesting, and if I'm here in northern Argentina, so if anyone else is up in this area, maybe we could exchange thoughts, because it's quite interesting to me, but I don't know if I would have the level of knowledge on refi. I've done Web3 and that kind of thing, and I like interacting with the local people and stuff, but might be a little bit out of my depth, to be honest, but it all sounds quite amazing. So great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm just trying to have a look now, see what local communities might be in there for you to connect with. But yeah, keep following along in the refi space for sure, and yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of things to get involved with. There's always a need for more regens.
Hey everybody, this is Jerry from Mexico City. I'm the founder for Modus DAO, which is trying to decentralize and democratize a universal healthcare system. And it's starting with mental health. So we have 24 registered psychologists on our platform, and we have 40 users already registered, with 50% of them taking psychotherapy. So we started doing events. I'm also the co-founder of Refi Mexico City. It started all because I started doing some events on behalf of Modus DAO, and I started gathering the Solarpunk community here in Mexico City. So that's when I got to meet Oscar, and then he had ReFi Starter, and then he introduced me to the whole ReFi DAO community and everything. So from there, it has been super interesting growth, the one that we had as a community building over there, well, here in Mexico City, because it's been super thriveful. There has been a lot of projects coming along within the IRL spaces that we have been hosting in several locations. So between Modus DAO and ReFi Mexico, we have done over 15 events on the last 8 months. And we are onboarding agriculture, organic agriculture, permaculture projects, and regenerative projects, which are not necessarily based on internet. And we are doing this onboarding to teach them how to integrate Web3, decentralization, for them as well to learn how to crowdfund. So we are helping some projects to first through Giveth. So yeah, as well, we're trying to develop our own business model for us to be self-sustainable over time, as we are not planning to be reliant on the Gitcoin rounds or this crowdfunding. So there's different frameworks that we are already working on, and they are taking part and they are being pushed and powered by the whole community. So it's super interesting. I've been talking about the proposals that ReFi Mexico City has in some spaces. So just in short, we have right now a business model that it's based on we collect organic food, and we collect organic waste, and we give back organic food. And there's this whole system within that has to work, and there's a lot of economic opportunities, social opportunities, growth community opportunities, and we're able to find the ways to decentralize a piece of land by 100%. So we are right now just like gathering the communities. We're pushing all these projects that are working with us. There's some projects right now that are being cooked. For example, a ReFi game that it's based on worm compost, and it's just like how to add value and provide an alternative value to stuff that didn't have value before. So yeah, we have been as well applying abstract account abstraction technology. So I think that we're the first local node in the world that are applying that abstraction. As well, we are trying to manage, or not manage, but to create a framework to run endowments and curated treasury to help regenerative and rebuilding projects for natural disasters and stuff here in Mexico, as something really big happened. So yeah, we are working a lot. There's a really big team behind it, pushing like all the initiative. So right now as well, we are live and running on the Gitcoin rounds number 19. We have been there since 17, and well, we have been as well just proving our community basis on all the activities that we do. We have been doing waterfall cleanups, we have been doing crypto reforestations, and there has been just like a lot of movement within like all the persons involved. So I'm pretty happy to be part of it.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. I've been hearing murmurs of the ReFi Mexico node and the awesome work. Anna was raving about it to me. She was like, they're doing such cool stuff, and we had no idea. So it's awesome to hear you detail some of the stuff that you guys are doing out there, and that you're a part of that community. Super inspiring to hear. So I'll definitely be following the updates, and yeah, we're gonna try and do a end of year article where we pull together all of the key achievements of all of the nodes that are operating, and really have a kind of summary encapsulating 2024, the year of ReFi local nodes, and setting the stage, or 2023 even, and setting the stage for 2024, to see what can emerge and how we can grow to many more nodes across the globe, and really implement this regenerative society and economy. I think that all of us are envisioning, and all of us have a piece of the puzzle to plug into this symphony. So yeah, it's been great. Suzanne, how you doing?
Yes, I was just thinking, one idea would be, for example, whenever you have the next batch of local nodes becoming part of the ReFi DAO, then maybe one possibility would be such a mentoring. So each new node will be assigned an existing experienced node that could help go through this journey in some of these first steps. So maybe doing quite like a match. Because according to what is the proposition of this new node that is being born, according to an existing node that somehow is doing something similar. So I think that will be an enriching experience for both nodes involved in this co-mentoring experience. So just an idea here.
I love that idea. I think that's such a smart idea, and is obviously very common in educational zones. This is super helpful to probably partner up with an experienced kind of mentor that's been through the challenges of because like I've mentioned several times, it's not, there are definite challenges, and yeah, I think there are some awesome nodes out there that would be more than happy. I know Carla, for example, would make an amazing mentor. Sandra, who was in the audience earlier, some of the nodes that have been in the very first cohort from day one and have managed to keep their communities going and continuing to grow and strengthen, which is awesome. So if they're able to kind of share and guide their insights with some of the newer nodes and create that encouragement and support when it might be easy to kind of let that energy dissipate and quit, I think it would be super valuable. So yeah, great idea, and thank you for that contribution. See,
You're
we've
welcome. So, as ReFi Lisboa, happy to contribute in whatever necessary as well.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know if there is the host for the next hour. They are already here. If we need to pass the time.
He
Hey,
is
I
in
have a
the
question.
audience.
Yeah. So Utkarsh is actually at the airport, so I'm covering for him. I'm Guru behind Region Build. I'm just happy to let the conversation flow, or I can also have a question, introduce a question to everyone. But I think we're in a good moment right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna y'all have the space to continue.
Cool. I will have to leave, so sorry, but yes, see you tomorrow again. And then tomorrow we also have a Twitter Spaces hosted by Impact Market. I don't want to steal nobody from here, but if you want to know more about microcredit, we are going to have a Twitter Spaces tomorrow from 5 p.m. Portugal time, so 1 hour after the slot that we have here with Let's Grow Live. So to read Herb from Uma Finance and go deeper about our partnership and how we are disbursing the loans through the funds we get from Luma, the next steps, and many of the things for everyone who might be interested in this topic. So just also, as a final shilling, we are available as Impact Market on 2 grants, Web3 communities, and education and climate solutions. So we'll be really happy to count on the support of all of you in our grants. So see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye, Suzanne. It's been lovely. See you tomorrow, same time as always. And Jimmy, I'll stay on the audio for another 10 minutes, but we might want to sort out the video if I'm currently sharing my screen, and so yeah.
You want to share your screen, or
No,
you
as in
wanna
I'm
jump
going
off
to
the video?
disconnect from the video, I think.
Okay.
I'll stay on the audio for another 10 minutes, but I can't stay
Cool.
forever.
All right. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming through. Yeah. Okay, so then let me bring this Spaces audio into. Oh. Oh. The what now? I haven't heard about that. Tell me. Week or so. Do you know the exact date? All right, bringing the audio in. Could be possible.
November 23rd. Oh, it's in 2 days.
Wow. Did they have a link to this?
Yeah, it'll be on Twitter. Let me pin it up. Pin it up in just a sec. In the meantime, DSpace.
I would encourage everyone to join or at least help with the promotion because it feels like the guys could become the first sponsor of this space. So it would be great if you could show some love to Sophiaverse. It's a project from the robot Sophia. Maybe someone heard of it. And yeah, please help us to promote the event, raise more attention, and show sponsors that actually and people that get going to school. Also, I would really appreciate if you could support at least one project on the space round. The thing is that the projects that are on the round, they are strong, and it was really hard to get a lot of projects on the round because they didn't understand why they have to raise for donations. They had the other source of income, so that's kind of. But yeah, the goal of that is to get as much interaction as possible. So we have a lot of great conversations on our Telegram channel, a lot of engaging conversations. So we are kind of growing, and it would be cool maybe next time to set, there is a leaderboard between people who donate more. So maybe next time we should ask for a leaderboard between rounds, like how many projects different rounds has, and other things like donations and so on. So yeah, and the thing why I raised it right now, because Insanda ReFi DAO participated in the process in a sense that the term DSpace actually appeared on the ReFi DAO Founders Circle, which is kind of nice. So that's a continuation of the Founders Circle that happened a year ago. And the results are actually amazing. I expected that we'll have like 10 donors, only founders of projects would donate to each other, but it looks like we have more people, and I'm amazed. So let's grow.
Yeah, let's grow. Hey, you said you were gonna DM me all of the people from that round that came to Let's Grow Live,
I
right?
DM'd.
You did? Oh, the Jimmy page, huh?
Yes,
Okay,
from
let me
Lunka, I
check that
believe.
inbox.
I do not remember.
From DSpace or from Rod, you said?
From Lunka.
Oh, from Lunka. Okay. All right, let me find it. Thank you, bro. Yeah. They get in a Grow Nation.
Nice. I pinned the ReFi Lisboa event up there. And actually, if you click on the link, it's an Instagram link. And I've recently revived the ReFi DAO Instagram, which was a funny experience because it was like a 2-year-old page at the very beginning of the ReFi movement. John experimented with this like TikTok influencer person who made like a bunch of really random and hilarious like TikTok videos about ReFi. That were on there, so I had to like comb through them and delete some of the really weird ones, but there's still some on there. But so yeah, if you want to go check out some ReFi memeage and follow the ReFi DAO Instagram account, go check it out, and it leads to a rabbit hole of other ReFi projects that exist on Instagram. I know we're mainly in this Twitter space, but it's another space of to grow and to spread the word and the movement. So go check that out in the pinned.
That grows in Brazil, man. That's his fever in Brazil.
What, Instagram?
Yes, Instagram. Instagram.
Nice.
Let's lay
That's
the.
rich.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah, the
starting
channels
to
are just gonna
rain
grow and grow. Grow ahead.
and thunders over here, so I think I'll have to drop for a while. But I'm coming back.
Stay
Some
safe.
thunders. Yeah.
Cool. I think I'm also going to drop, but Jimmy, you should get a Tree Gens Instagram going. Is that even? Do you have one already? Like, I wanna. Not that we need. We need more of your voice everywhere.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, even right now, my computer's glitching a little bit. I think the more channels we add, you might need a bit more of a serious computer. But yeah, who knows in the future we'll just be able to broadcast on 100 different channels. I mean, I think we should definitely test what the limits are. Like, let's connect. I mean, we got 50 people who applied to be hosts for this and are coming through very regularly. I think we should all connect as many accounts as possible. Can you imagine if the entire top for 50 icons was all the people that were live? It's insane how those are always prioritized.
Might start to annoy a few people, but let's see.
I mean, it's literally the only thing you go. Well, obviously you can search for spaces too, right? But that's just in the featured ones. But yes, let's grow.
All right. Peace and love, everyone. It's been a lovely conversation. See you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you,
Bye.
Monty. Thank you for doing an extra half an hour also
Hey.
today. I think
No
you picked up
worries.
our slot. Thank you so much. I've
That
just
was good
gotten off
timing.
the airport. Yeah, I've just gotten off the airport. I was waiting for a cab and now I'm in one so I can, yeah, humble and bumble away to glory. But, and also big shout out to Mr. Guru who has so kindly willing stepped into our steward slot and has also been holding it up for 1 sec. I'm just wearing my seat belts. This stops beeping.
There you go. Safety first.
Yeah, there we go. There's 1 sec. Just give me a sec. I'll be back.
No worries. Grow right ahead. Kingfisher? That's right. Yes, and we are already on Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn. But yeah, we tried to connect my TikTok, and that had some challenges. Can we try that again? I think you had to wait a while before you're able to try another password. But I've actually got. All right, so we'll do TikTok and then Instagram. You're right. So to answer that, the States hasn't fully banned TikTok, have they? Oh damn. Well,
So, have we
that's a
have we been getting any responses from any of the other social media channels that we've been putting up things on? Like, have people got in touch with you saying what's
I've
up
seen
with
some
this?
LinkedIn messages, but I honestly haven't really found the time to grow through it. Have you? You telling me you got some messages too, right?
Yeah,
I'll
just curious
wait, hang
messages
on.
in terms of people wanted to know what this is all about. Like, why are you doing this in the first place? Who are all these people?
It's
And
good.
what
These are
is
the
this
questions you want them to
24/7?
ask. Yeah.
Yeah, it's precisely I mean, the fact that it's coming from them, I feel like is definitely striking some curious chord and making them a little more interested in just I feel like when they find out that there's an entire world, an entire ecosystem of projects, right? That really acts as a kicker. I've seen. If you talk of
Exactly.
yeah, they know that, oh, okay, now there is something to be looked into this space because apparently it has managed to convince
also look at what's happening and then be able to go that, okay, I think I'm in a position to do something like this, but like I want to do it in this way. And I think maybe we can get the ball rolling from that. But yeah, I understand. Like, I mean, getting even professionals to consult on things like this can be a fairly expensive process, and we definitely need to grow a lot bigger than what we are right now for this to be done professionally. But I think, yeah, maybe we could take some baby steps, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, I think that'd be reasonable, right? With the collective research.
The first official meeting that we had was probably like more than 5 or 6 weeks before